Hello there and welcome again to my living room, to my studio, where I do most of my living, creating. Now, I would like to talk to you about something that is really close to my heart. And this is the connection of spiritual life and the creative life. How does being a spiritual person or spirituality affect your life as a creative? Or does it really affect your life as a creative? You see, I've never been a religious person because I don't believe in religions. I don't believe in organized religions. I think they are just, another way to control people, which is not a bad thing. Most people need some kind of control. I don't say that I object to the fact that people need control and religion is a way to control them, but for me personally, it never really fit. It was never really something that spoke to me. It was never really something that I could relate to. Maybe it's because I'm too independent. Maybe it's because I'm a smart ass. Maybe it's because I just don't like being told what to do. I'm the kind of person that when the waiter brings me the plate and he says, "Don't touch it, it's really hot," I have to touch it to see how hot it is. So religion obviously is not my cup of tea. But spirituality is a completely different thing. Because spirituality is just what do you believe in? Not only what do you believe in, but do you believe that there is something above our normal life? If there's something that is outside the spectrum of what we can understand as human, what we can perceive as humans, what we understand as humans as part of our life. And this is something that I've always been interested in, these questions of, basically what is the meaning of life? Why are we here? What are we doing here? Why are we doing what we are doing? Should we be doing this? Should we be doing something else? Is there a goal? Is there something that is hidden from us? Because spirituality is basically just about everything that we don't see, everything that we don't understand. If we look at life as just a series of actions and consequences, we can say that it's very easy to understand life. I do something and then something happens. I plant a seed, a plant grows and I can eat the fruit. I hit somebody and they are sad. I kiss somebody and they are happy. I give somebody food and they like me. I take somebody's food and they hate me. It could be a very easy way to look at life. It could be a very simple way to look at life. But I'm not really sure that this is how the world works, how the universe works. I have seen too much evidence that there is something more. Something that I personally don't understand. Something that I personally maybe don't want to understand. Maybe I'm afraid to understand. Maybe I don't want to go into it too deep because I have seen what it can do to people. A lot of people go crazy by digging too deep into the meaning of life, into the spiritual realm, into what is there behind the curtain, what is above us. Is there a God? Are there many gods? Is there something that is more than coincidence? Is there a serendipity? Is there a fate? Is there a destiny? Is there something that we are just part of and we don't know why we are acting the way we are acting? These are all questions that many people thought about, wrote thousands of books about, and yes, lost their mind about. But I want to see how this relates to creativity, how this relates to my life as a creative person. How does it relate to the process of creating? Does it relate? Because when I start to look at things like what is inspiration, for example, where do these ideas come from? Are there just things in my brain that I saw before somewhere and I added one and one and came up with two? Is this just my experience, my knowledge? Is it just things that were put in my brain by somebody else, maybe by the world, maybe by a person? Or is there something else? Is there something bigger? Is there a force that is this energy of creation, that is this energy of inspiration? I have no idea. I'm still looking into this question. I will let you know when I find the answer. What I do know is that it is very, very interesting to look into it, and it's very courageous to look into it because it also means to leave behind the things that we know for clear, the things that we know for certain, or at least that we think that we know for certain. When we talk about spirituality, it is always something that we cannot prove. Because if it was something that is provable, that has facts, then it would be part of our normal knowledge, of our normal world, of how we see the world, how we react to the world. But spirituality is something that is always vague. It is always transparent. It is always out there in the air. It is an idea. It is a notion. It is a concept. And I want to look into these concepts and see what we can learn about our personal creation, what we can learn about how we can use this energy, how we can use these ideas in order to understand better what we do, why we do what we do, and how we do it. So these series of videos are going to talk about how spirituality affects my creative life, or our creative life, or creative life in general, or just creating, creativity. Does it affect it? How it affects it? Should we let it affect it? Maybe we should stop it, maybe we should be more in control. But I will try to delve into these subjects in this series of videos. I hope you will like it. I hope it will be interesting. And follow me, subscribe to the channel, and let's go into this subject of spirituality and creativity.